What's up, YouTube viewers? This is Charlie Brown, and you're watching the Faucher Boxing YouTube page in association with Charlie Brown Boxing. And this is the aftermath video for the Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez fight that took place last Saturday. I'll get straight into it, man. It was a great win um, for Miguel Cotto, and I had predicted it I think it was over 3 months ago. And I predicted that Miguel Cotto would be more hydrated and he would suit 160 um, a little bit better because he wouldn't have to burn down and get the weight drain coming in the fight and risk his health and all that. He looked really, really good. He looked better than he did when he fought Antonio Margarito the second time. He looked even better than that. He held the center of the ring. He boxed behind his jab. He backed Martinez up. He landed the left hooks and right hooks at will. That left hook, that really toppled, Martinez, and it was a downhill battle from there for Martinez. I didn't see any of the sort of. I mean, he still had a little bit of lateral movement, but he was very flat-footed. And like I said to you guys in that prediction video that he had a ready-made excuse. He was always going to use the excuse about the knees. And I told you like that. I felt, I mean, his knees were gone, but, it was like the boy who cried wolf. I mean, should he have been in the ring? Should he have not? I don't know. But I knew they was going to use the excuse about the knees. I knew that 100%. He had no chance of beating Miguel Cotto at all. Everybody made him the favorite. I don't know why. If you watch the Martin Murray fight, you know that's a fight that he lost. I said it from time. If that fight was not in Argentina, if that was anywhere else in the world, Martin Murray would have got that decision. Even if that was in the States, Martin Murray would have got that decision. He'd have got it any country in the world. But in his backyard, he was always, you know, up against it. And I believe that this was his retribution. He's definitely a spent force, Martinez. Um, I can't see him coming back against top quality opposition. I think if he comes back, it'll be against someone that they know he can knock over. But this guy, it's not that I hate the guy. I thought he's a good boxer, good boxing ability. But one thing I never liked about him was that he made his fame. I mean, his whole fame came off that year when he beat Paul Williams with that knockout. And when he beat the oh god, I can't even remember where that guy was from, Ukraine, the Eastern European guy that he fought after that. Um, those two fights made him the best pound for pound. I don't know how people can, not people, but I don't know how the Ring magazine, all these people were rating him as as the best pound for pound number one, in the middleweight division. I don't know how they made that for him because the guy, if you take away that knockout of Paul Williams, who's he really beat? You know, other than that, I mean the Chavez fight, he was winning comfortably, and then he got a bit too comfortable, and Chavez brought it to him. Them last two rounds, he gave him hell, and I knew from then that Martinez uh, was very very overrated. Um, I remember seeing the 24/7, the HBO build up to this fight, and the man was saying that he don't spar. Even against even in the Chavez, when he was fighting Chavez, he said, the same thing. He doesn't really spar because of I can't remember the excuses he made. He said that's how you get hurt and blah blah blah. There's no way you're gonna hold on to being the best pound for pound if you don't spar. You have to spar. You have to take your licks like a man. Otherwise, you're just gonna take it in the ring. And I believe that Miguel Cotto was disciplined enough to, like I said, keep behind, um, keep working him behind the jab. He held the center of the ring. and he stuck to his game plan. He could have lost his head and went to knock him out early or finish him off in the first 3 rounds, but he didn't. He stayed disciplined, and he held the center of the ring. That was the most important thing about that. He didn't follow him around the ring and get trapped on the ropes and none of that. He didn't fall for none of Martinez's shit. And plus, Martinez didn't have the legs to do it. His legs looked so bad. His legs looked so weak. Um, and you know, yes, he's a spent force. And I said the whole thing about his knees with the knee braces and all that. I knew it was just a fucking excuse to make him, make everybody feel sorry for him and everybody get on his side. He was incredibly disrespectful to Miguel Cotto. If you watch the face off with Kellerman again, watch the way he's talking to Miguel Cotto. Why are you giving the top billing and blah blah blah? It don't make no sense. I mean, Miguel Cotto's selling the tickets. It's in Madison Square Garden. It's the biggest fight of his career. Certainly, you know, why shouldn't he get top billing? He's the one bringing all the Puerto Ricans and all that in New York. He's the one bringing them to the table. He's bringing the money to the table. So it was wrong of him to talk to him and say you've never faced a Class A fighter. That was stupid. What's he talking about? The guy's faced Pacquiao and Mayweather. Now, he sort of made it tongue in cheek and said, "Oh yeah, I remember you've lost twice to, Class A's." And then he was saying that he Mayweather was. Now, don't quote me on this, but he said something to the effect of he's going to be at his heels or something like that. He's going to be licking at his boots or some kind of statement like that. He said, after I beat Cotto, Mayweather's going to be sort of chasing him. And I thought the way his whole attitude and everything, I just knew this guy was going to get taught a lesson. I knew that he wasn't going to get knocked out violently, but he just got taught a boxing lesson, man. And you know, where does Miguel Cotto go from here? I would say that I think he's still got a couple of fights at the top left in him. Um, I don't know if he could do it at 160. I'm very, very sure that somehow they'll try and get Golovkin um, in the mix. And I would like to see that fight actually, because for me, I'm not a great fan of Golovkin. I know he's good at what he does in terms of, he's solid in that, but I would love to see Cotto and Golovkin. And I would back Cotto. I tell you right now, I would back Miguel Cotto off that form of what he did there, the way he boxed with Freddie Roach. I give him a chance. I give him more of a chance than I would have given him a couple of years back. Um, what can I say for Sergio Martinez? Where does he go, man? Spent force. I don't think he's got a career in boxing anymore. After that, not after that performance. And everybody's using the kind of excuse about the knees. Yeah, his knees did look bad. They were gone, but that's no excuse, man. The guy quit as well, man. The guy quit in the 11th. You know, he didn't even come out and do the last round. It wasn't like he was getting badly hurt. I know his eyelid was cut a little bit, but it just, that was to take the kind of finesse away from, Cotto's victory, and he showed no class, no class at all, compared to the guy that was on HBO talking about he's in Class A, he's gonna, go after Mayweather and all this shit. There's no way. And off that form, there's no way that he would beat Mayweather. He wouldn't even touch Mayweather. I'm not being funny. Even at 160, I don't think he would touch Mayweather. Not in that form. Um, don't really want to see the guy box no more. But congratulations to Miguel Cotto for proving that skills pay the bills. And like I said, I always back the guy with the better skills, and I felt that Miguel Cotto had the better skills, and he was just in a better place mentally. Sergio Martinez was, he was looking at, becoming the glamour boxer, of the division. He wasn't really looking at really earning that respect, earning that title. He just decided to, use the press and use his charm and all them shit there just to, give him good, publicity so that people got on his side and favored him. And that shit doesn't work anymore in reality, man. You know what I mean? When you get in the ring, you have to do, you're talking with the fists, and he just got outclassed, man. You know, you know, Miguel Cotto was landing at will, and he made it a very easy fight. He got up too quick. When he got knocked down, Martinez, he got up way too quick. He could have gone on one knee at least, taken a deep breath, and you know what I mean. Regained his composure and come back and fought. He just got up as if to say, that didn't hurt me. Come on, man. He got punched around the ring that first round, and after that, it was just, like I said, it was a downhill battle for him, man. And it was, a great win for Miguel Cotto, and he just proved it again that he's still got it. I do believe that I don't want to see this. People are talking of this Mayweather rematch. I don't want to see that, man. But I do want to see him against Golovkin, because Golovkin was running his mouth about at least 9 months ago. Not running his mouth badly, but he was calling him out, saying he'd love to fight him, he wants to fight him, this and that. The same thing as what's the other guy that ginger one? What's his name? Alvarez. He was saying that he wanted Miguel Cotto. I think Miguel Cotto beats both of them guys. I'm not being funny. In this posture that he's in now, I think he would outbox both of them guys, especially Alvarez. I don't even think Alvarez is on the level of Golovkin, and I don't think that much of Golovkin, let alone. I think Alvarez as well. Um, he'll get exposed in the Lara fight as well. I've done my prediction on that. You can watch that on Charlie Brown Boxing. But I'm gonna leave it there. Leave your comments on that at the bottom. I'm out. Bless.